Okay, so I did my final project on what causes athlete's foot and some facts about athlete's foot. So, about athlete's foot. Athlete's foot, tinea pedis, is a fungal infection that starts between the toes. It is a common problem that people don't always talk about. It is mostly brought on by the confinement of sweaty feet. It's a scaly rash that is associated with burning and itching. The rash comes off as red and scaly. Itchiness is amplified after taking your socks off. The rash causes chronic dryness, and the rash it scales and breaks off into flakes. Many people mistake it for eczema or severe dry skin. Athlete's foot is closely related to other fungal infections such as ringworm and jock itch. Is it contagious? Yes, it is contagious. Athlete's foot is closely related to other fungi infections such as ringworm or jock itch. It is treated with over-the-counter antifungal medications, but the infection often reoccurs. It can spread through contaminated floors, clothing, and towels. Once the rash surfaces, there is a chance that hands can spread the infection. Infection can also spread to people walking barefoot in public places like bathrooms, locker rooms, saunas, public bathhouses, and swimming pools, and so on. What are the complications? The spread of infection is considered a complication. Basically, this happens when the blisters have been picked or scratched at. They can develop similar infections in the hands. It is easy to manage in one area, but when it spreads to other areas, like the toes, then it can be more difficult to get rid of. Jock itch is commonly caused by the same fungus responsible for athlete's foot. So, the causes, it occurs in damp and warm shoes and socks. They're usually favorable conditions for the fungus to grow. Athlete's foot can arise from the same conditions as ringworm and jock itch. Athlete's foot is caused by parasites called dermatophytes. The dermatophytes are divided in 3 groups. The fungi that prefer soil are geophiles, the fungi that prefer animals are zoophiles, and fungi that prefer humans are anthrophiles. The most common species are microswarm, epidermophyton, and tracheophyton. These account for 90% of all skin fungal infections, commonly referred to as ringworm or tinea pedis. It can also happen when people don't wipe their feet properly. So what are the risk factors? Well, the worst thing about athlete's foot is that it spreads. It's that it basically just spreads from one part of the body to another. But not even the worst case of athlete's foot can cause death. Men are highly susceptible to athlete's foot, especially if they play sports. Constant use of unsanitized sports equipment and overusage of socks and tight-fitting shoes. Walking barefoot in public places is definitely one. So medical treatments, prescriptions are the most effective for athlete's foot. There are antifungal creams that contain hydrocortisone, reducing irritation and inflammation. Your doctor can prescribe a stronger antifungal cream or antifungal tablets to reduce inflammation. And visit your general practitioner if symptoms do get worse, so they could do that for you. So how can athlete's foot be prevented? It's pretty simple if you think about it. Clean off locker room or surface areas in public places. Keep feet dry, especially the toes. Wipe well between the toes. Change socks often. I'm sorry, the grammar's bad in this. This is kind of a quick PowerPoint. If feet are especially sweaty, change them twice a day. Wear ventilated footwear and alternate shoes. Feet need to breathe too. Shoes need time to dry overnight, so switch shoes. Take care of your feet. Use antifungal powder on your feet daily. Keep up with the foot routine. Protect your feet from public areas. Avoid risk of spreading fungal infection. Just make sure you wear the proper footwear. Basically, don't share shoes. Avoid spreading the infection. It can be treated with over-the-counter antifungal medications, but the infection, basically, like I said, it can reoccur if the right treatment isn't appropriately followed. And in conclusion, athlete's foot is a contagious fungal infection that can easily be spread, especially in public areas and in germy areas like bathrooms and locker rooms. It is an unpleasant parasite that makes people uncomfortable, and it is treatable. And please follow prevention techniques to improve your lifestyle. And make sure you visit your GP if the cream and the powders aren't effective enough, and they will point you in the right direction. Here are my sources. Thank you.